Right now, ceremonies for the Queen begin, plans for her final resting and funeral.
And some are waking up to dense fog, others cloudy, and others heavy rain. I'll break down all this and how it impacts your Patriots Day.
Hey, good morning, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. Weekend mornings. I knew I was going to do it once, and there is my one for the month. Weekend mornings, that's the name of the news show. I'm Shane Hogan. Before we get to news this morning, we're going to get a look outside with Greg, and it's a rainy, wet day. And Greg, you've got an alert day in the forecast.
Yeah, we got alert day, and it's not for flash flooding. It's for just continuous moderate to heavy rainfall, mainly for Iowa County east. We'll get into where exactly that is, but it's today through tomorrow. This may lead to rises in some of the creeks or streams by tomorrow, poorly drained areas too, some urban areas too. Like I said, it's not an immediate threat, and it's not a flash flooding threat, but it could be a disruption here coming here this afternoon through tomorrow. So far, this is the rainfall right now. Not a lot yet, but we start seeing that area start to expand to the south. That's what we're watching as we zoom back out. You can see this area is just basically coming up. There's wave after wave, and it's just going to sit here, rotate back to the northwest, and just produce quite a bit of rainfall, at least for south central. Otherwise, we've got dense fog up to the north that we're dealing with. There's your fog conditions right there. As we see, overall, the precipitation is going to begin to push up and eventually, for the next few hours, stay really in the same area. Visibility issues, we talked about that up to the north from La Crosse. They got areas that are quarter to half-mile fog. Otherwise, most other areas are good, but that's something to keep in mind. That should improve as we go to the morning hours. And three things to know as we get to it. Cool, very chilly today. And yes, the Packers, Vikings, actually outside it's only going to be low 70s, so fairly nice. But Patriots Day down here, heavy rainfall east, more clouds, less rain west. But like I said, we've got to keep an eye on that heavy rain today, Shane, for the next probably 24 hours.
Yeah, all right, Greg, thanks. A lot to be aware of today. Britain's Queen Elizabeth begins a solemn final journey today with thousands of mourners expected to line her coffin's route from her castle in Scotland. The monarch died there on Thursday at age 96. CBS's Ian Lee is at Windsor Castle in England, which will be the Queen's final resting place.
Queen Elizabeth's coffin left her summer home at Balmoral Castle this morning, where she died 3 days ago, on a 6-hour journey stretching through Scottish towns, ending in Edinburgh. That's where the Queen will lie at rest in St. Giles Cathedral, so the grieving public can pay tribute to her 70 years of service.
I just feel she's family and that, you know, I have to say goodbye.
King Charles III will travel to the Scottish capital tomorrow for a prayer service before the body of his beloved mother is flown to London on Tuesday. This is just the start of an emotional journey that will end here in Windsor. Queen Elizabeth will be buried in St. George's Chapel on the grounds of Windsor Castle alongside her husband, Prince Philip, who died last year.
I don't think we'll ever see the like of the Queen again, and just sort of something special to hold on to, really.
The Queen's grandsons, Princes William and Harry, surprised crowds yesterday, emerging from Windsor Castle side by side with their wives, Kate and Meghan.
I think that really just sort of draws a line under what's happened historically, and it's a really strong sense of unity, I think, for the royal family.
God save the King, thank you.
Harry and Meghan broke ties with the royal family 2 years ago.
Sorry for your loss.
In grief, Britain's future king, Prince William, still performed his royal duties.
I'll make sure these fans get up to the gates, okay?
Mountains of flowers in tribute to the Queen are growing across the nation. Tens of thousands are expected to line up to see the monarch, who will lie in state in London for 4 days before her funeral on September 19th. Ian Lee, CBS News, Windsor, England.
The day of the Queen's funeral will be a public holiday in Britain. President Biden will be among many other world leaders attending that service. The Crown, the TV show, has stopped filming after the death of Queen Elizabeth. The show's director is calling the Emmy-winning Netflix drama a love letter to the Queen, saying filming will be stopped out of respect. The 6th and final season is already planned, with casting already underway for some of the modern monarchs. There's been no word yet on if Netflix will move forward with the anticipated fall premiere for season 5. To campaign 2022 now, we're down to less than 2 months before the November midterm election. Top names on the Republican ticket, Senator Ron Johnson and Tim Michels, spoke at an event near Wisconsin Dells. Political reporter Will Keneally has more as the campaign heats up.
The clock is ticking.
58 days, 21 hours, now 28 minutes.
With the countdown top of mind for the state's Republican Party, they met near the Dells on Saturday to energize GOP voters ahead of the November election. The top candidates of the ticket are reframing the election as a rejection of the two current administrations.
Joe Biden in Washington, D.C. with his liberal cronies. Tony Evers in Madison with his woke liberal cronies.
For Tim Michaels, who's hoping to unseat Evers this fall, that means crime.
Tony Evers is following through on his campaign promise. Yep, he wants to empty the prisons.
And crime isn't the only attack on Evers, with Michaels also slamming the governor on education, the same governor that used to oversee the state's Department of Public Instruction.
The test score numbers continue to get worse. If Tony Evers can't make education work well in Wisconsin, how can he make anything work well?
Johnson also took shots at the current federal administration, this time on immigration.
There's nothing humane about this. It's completely out of control. We know how to fix it, but unfortunately the Biden administration won't even acknowledge it as a problem.
Saturday's event marked one of the first public appearances for Michaels, following his comments made in reaction to a Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel article written about him. He said people should take up torches and pitchforks in the wake of the reporting.
No.
Johnson says he does not support that language.
I didn't hear the comments, but you don't hear that type of rhetoric out of me.
All this in the run-up to try and flip the political tide in Wisconsin. Reporting from Lake Delton, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
The election is coming up on November 8th, and ahead of the big day, you can find more of our election coverage, including our reality check series at channel3000.com. Still ahead this morning, spending on pets, another victim of high inflation. And you're taking a live look outside over the Capitol. Foggy and wet, two things you need to know. Greg, tracking those rain chances when we get back.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan that covers tire rotations, engine oil changes, fluid adjustments, and more for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Nissan charges extra for maintenance. And you guessed it, Ford charges extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Too bad none of our rivals do the same. Join us, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow. I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
It's Macy's Labor Day sale with our lowest prices of the season for your home. Like the Jolene Sectional, $12.99. And the Avondale Queen Bed, $5.69. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying mattress purchase. Now at Macy's.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
.com. People remember ads with young people having a good time. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a pool party.
Good times insurance.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Wow, this is where you work now?
Figured I deserved a more inspiring space. And with home values being up, I had a lot of equity. So I got a home equity line of credit from Summit, and voila, added a home office.
Took your business to the next level.
Hey, you two have been in your place for a couple years now. Any fun plans?
Well, we just finished a refi with Summit.
Really?
And the plan is to make a bunch of great memories.
We're gonna use the savings to get a camper.
Whatever your goals, Summit Credit Union can help you use your home's equity to go get them.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
Yeah, it looks like if we look at the rainfall right now that we've seen so far, we start to see this area that's beginning to expand east. That's the thing that we're concerned about with the alert day that's going on for the flash flooding potential. As you go by, you can kind of see already they're starting to see some urban areas, or excuse me, some aerial flood issues going on to the south of here, and that's going to be the concern as we watch futurecasts. Really, this area is not going to move much over the next several hours and then actually rotate back. So that's why the concern is for heavy heavy rainfall. Otherwise, we got fog, but that's up north. That should improve here for the Black River Falls, La Crosse area. They had some dense fog earlier. So right now we're looking at 5 to 15 degrees below average, upper 50s, low 60s. Very chilly today actually for early early September. No issues in the Packer game. If they were outside, it'd be low 70s. Very comfortable weather. And then, like I said, heavy rain east, more clouds, less rain west. But areas west will probably see the rain come back in late tonight into tomorrow too. So Shane, just going to be a wet day out there tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good to know, Greg. Make sure you stay weather aware. Thanks, Greg. It's getting more expensive to own and care for pets, as new data suggests inflation and the slowing economy are making an impact on pet owners' wallets. Here's a look at why both retailers and Wall Street are concerned about a shift in pet spending.
Spoiled pets feeling the inflation pinch. New data indicating pet owners might be splurging less on their furry companions. Wall Street, retail stores, and pet shelters all showing possible signs that the slowing economy is impacting spending habits for dog and cat owners.
Prices have skyrocketed. People can't even pay for their own groceries, so let alone care for their pets.
Shares of online retailer Chewy are down more than 35% this year. The drop leading some investors to wonder whether surging inflation could impact sales and earnings. Meanwhile, retail giants Walmart and Target reporting consumers are now spending mostly on essentials. This trend could extend to pet owners who may focus more on things like food and less on discretionary items like toys.
There's inflation and the cost to care for animals. There's a fear about supply chain.
According to the National Retail Federation, the pandemic gave pet supply retailers a boost, as many pet owners were stuck at home and spent more money on their four-legged family members. But now there's growing evidence the pandemic era of splurging on pets could be over. Pet shelters like this one in Georgia are reporting a growing number of pet surrenders.
Thank you.
But also a surge in owners needing help with basics for their pets, like food and veterinary care.
Pozolana has a pet food bank where anyone from the community can come to get free pet food for their dog or cat.
In more consumer news this morning, gym owners are reportedly still struggling to recover from the pandemic. A new fitness consumer survey by Upswell Marketing found that 31% of gym goers are working out less in 2022, and nearly 27% say they don't have plans to return. About half of those surveyed say they returned to the gym within 9 months of restrictions being lifted. The survey involved people between 18 and 69 who had a gym membership before COVID-19. Well, when we get back this morning, we've got more top stories coming up and another check on those rain chances that you'll be seeing later this morning.
This portion of News 3 Now sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning.
With Red Robin's $10 gourmet meal deal, the choice is yours. Pick one of these 3 gourmet burgers, a bottomless beverage, and bottomless fries. All for just $10. Hurry in before it's gone.
Red Robin. Yum.
Floor & Decor, my go-to to get it all. Tile, wood, stone, and laminate, they've got it. Installation materials, yep, and all the tools I need, they've got those too. More importantly, they've got my back with benefits and services I actually want, and a pro app that makes my job easier. Floor & Decor just gets it. That means I get more done.
At Floor & Decor, whether you're looking for everyday low pricing on in-stock job lot quantities and installation materials, or a powerful partner to help take your business to the next level, we've got you covered. Discover Floor & Decor today.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more. But it's so absorbent, you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe. Just one dose starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. For max strength nighttime relief, NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, best sleep with a cold, medicine.
In 1983, Senator Johnson's daughter was born with a serious heart defect. Dedicated doctors and nurses saved her life. Family became the most important thing in his life, and it still is. He has always enjoyed the simple things in life: the outdoors, fishing, hiking, camping, cross-country skiing, Packer and Badger games, rec league softball, and playing guitar. And did I mention fishing? As a U.S. Senator, he fought to secure tax cuts for 95% of American Main Street businesses so they could stay competitive with the big guys and survive the pandemic. His right to try law has given terminal patients freedom and hope and saved many lives. And his Joseph Project has transformed lives by helping people get good paying jobs and be proud of earning their own success. Senator Johnson went to Washington for all the right reasons. I should know because I am that daughter, and I've been watching my dad help others for 39 years.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
With Red Robin's $10 gourmet meal deal, the choice is yours. Pick one of these 3 gourmet burgers, a bottomless beverage, and bottomless fries. All for just $10. Hurry in before it's gone.
Red Robin. Yum.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're looking at really right now the conditions that we expect for the alert day coming up here is just the flash, not the flash flooding, but the rivers and creeks that could be rising here due to moderate heavy rainfall. And really this is for south central, basically Iowa eastward. That already you can see just southeast of Milwaukee down to northern Illinois is where they've actually seen the heaviest rain right now. And you can see there's some thunderstorms ahead of this, but this whole thing is going to continue to push northeast and going to rotate in the same areas. So this will continue through today, tonight, and in early tomorrow. Highlight underneath, you can see where that area of concern is. As you look at Futurecast, that rain shield really doesn't move much, just inches away to the east, and it's actually going to rotate back to the west here as we go in the afternoon. Up to the north, across, and those areas had a few areas of fog issues. Otherwise, they've been improved. They won't see much rain, more cloud cover, less of it, and a little bit warmer up there. So east, heavy rain, west on and off. Chilly the next few days. We're going to look at upper 50s, low 60s, and then fog. Once again, could be an issue for several days, too.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. In this morning's health conversation, I talked with Dr. Rupert Shaw about Alzheimer's and the signs to look out for. This morning, SSM Health family physician and wellness coach Dr. Rupert Shaw joins us to talk about Alzheimer's disease, including what to look for and some of the common treatments for the disease. And September is Alzheimer's Disease Awareness Month, so something that's on a lot of people's mind right now. So first off, let's talk about the symptoms of Alzheimer's, because while many people recognize memory issues and dementia as symptoms of Alzheimer's, those aren't the only signs that something is going on.
Yeah, so obviously the memory issues are kind of the hallmark of the disease, and we definitely do see that as part of it. But early on, sometimes there can be some milder symptoms such as word-finding difficulties, difficulty doing tasks that normally would be really simple for a person, managing your checkbook, things like that might be some early signs and symptoms that patients may realize or friends and family may realize in a person as well.
I think that's a big part of it too. People kind of start to see the signs and the changes of it. And, you know, what age does Alzheimer's start? Because there's kind of a spectrum.
Yeah, there really is. Typically and classically, Alzheimer's is a disease of older age. Usually we see it after the age of 60, mid-60, like around 65 and older. However, there is the earlier onset version of it, which we can see even as early as 30 and prior to 60. Yeah.
Wow. How is Alzheimer's diagnosed, and how do you know it isn't another form of dementia, the kind of that separation between the two?
Yeah, it's a great question. Again, you know, it does take a visit to the physician to sort of put you through some different screening questionnaires and such to see the degree of cognitive difficulty, to kind of assess the functional capabilities of the person, the memory impairment. And there's also a set of blood work sometimes that we'll do just to make sure there's no other underlying disease that could be causing the memory problems. And oftentimes we even include brain imaging just to see if there's any other issues that have arisen, such as a stroke or something else that might be mimicking the signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. Yeah.
And talking about treatment, how is this disease treated?
Yeah, so unfortunately, there is no great cure or treatment for Alzheimer's, but there are a number of medications that can really slow the progression of the cognitive and memory decline, which could be really helpful to a patient and their family. So it's a really great idea to talk to their physician about possibly starting these medications as early as possible on the onset of the disease.
Trying to get ahead of it as best as they can. Okay. Well, a lot of great information. Dr. Shaw, where else can people find you?
So they can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shaw.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
And as always, we thank Dr. Shaw for her expertise in giving us all of that information. All right, still ahead this morning, we've got new information on an apartment fire leaving people displaced this morning. We'll talk about that when we get back.
Feast your eyes on one of my best-selling dining sets. Rustic style meets incredible value in my 7-piece Montana dining set. Available in dining height or counter height. Thanks to Bob's Discount, it's only $9.99 either way.
Get Bob's Discount!
Now's the perfect time to get your roofing project off the ground with Feldco. As the seasons change, you want to be sure your house is ready for the harsh Midwestern weather ahead. For just $279 a month, you can protect your home and your family with a new Feldco roof. So get your fall started off on the right foot today with Feldco.
Roofing for $279 a month and soon. Hurry, call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 14th.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
But that I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes.
Certainly.
You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Mirror, mirror on my 5-piece Tremont bedroom set. Only $9.99. Dresser and mirror, chest, queen bed, even a nightstand. At Bob's Discount Furniture, you get the quality and value you deserve. Even if you like talking to yourself in the mirror.
Get Bob's Discount!
Would you like to come inside?
Here we go, everyone. 10 seconds.
Premiere Week is almost here, honey, with an all-star guest list. Come on, let's go, America.
Weekdays at 3 starting September 12th.
Then, after the Jennifer Hudson Show, stay with News 3 Now, 5 at 4.
The first warn weather at the top and an early look at the news of the day.
It's the best 2 hours of news and entertainment in Madison.
Starting September 12th, right here on News 3 Now.
Right now, remembering the fallen on this 21st anniversary of 9/11.
And some of you are waking up to some fog. Others are dealing with heavy rainfall. I'll break down all this and how it impacts your Patriots Day.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings. I'm Shane Hogan. Before we get to 9/11 coverage today, let's get a check outside as we've got an alert day in the forecast. Fog, rain, Greg, a lot going on out there today.
Yeah, expected. What we thought yesterday would happen would be the rainfall. That would be the big story for today. Cool and chilly, and that's what we got today. It's not a flash flooding issue that we're dealing with. It's more just a continuous moderate rainfall that'll go on through the next 24 hours. So basically Iowa County to the east, where you could see rises in the creeks and streams maybe later on, or poor drainage areas could see that rainfall too. Areas to the north of La Crosse are not going to deal with that. They're going to deal with less cloud cover and actually better conditions today. But so far you see the rainfall overall, what we've seen the last 24 hours, and you can see where it's starting to become a real concern towards Iowa along Interstate 43 up there. That's where they're starting to see more of the convective rainfall. We're not going to see much of that, but the steadier rainfall is going to be the issue. As you can zoom out, you can see right now they got a flood advisory going on right there because of that rainfall you'll be able to notice. Otherwise, there's a flood watch going on through tomorrow in the highlighted areas, basically south central and northern Illinois. That'll be continuing on. As we zoom in, you can see the rain is not really moving much. It's just kind of slowly drifting to the east a little bit, but eventually it is going to back its way back to the west over time. Futurecast shows that area of moderate rainfall really not moving much, and that's going to be the story today and through tonight too, and that's why we have some flooding concerns for that. So right now 57 rain, right now north wind brisk at 15, so it is feeling quite chilly for early September. Better conditions up La Crosse. The fog is cleared. They're 55 with a north wind. They'll actually get into the mid-60s today, a little bit warmer than yesterday just with cloud cover. So 30 things to know. Really said heavy rain east, west, more clouds than that. We're going to be cold, chilly today, and then fog. This morning was an issue, but it's going to be more of an issue as we go further on there, Shane, too.
Okay, it's good to be aware as you guys head out the door this morning. Thanks, Greg. 19 people are out of their home this morning after an apartment fire in Madison last night. Just after 5 p.m. Saturday, the Madison Fire Department was dispatched to a 30-unit apartment building on the east side near the I-90-I-94 interchange. Crews were able to put the fire out quickly after all residents made it out of the building. MG&E shut down the building's electricity out of an abundance of caution, meaning the residents were unable to return to their apartments for the night. No injuries were reported, but one cat died in the fire. The cause of this fire is still under investigation, and the Red Cross is helping those who were displaced. Another fire left 3 people are out of their home after a house fire Saturday morning. According to Janesville fire officials, crews were called to a house on the 400 block of South Garfield Avenue just before 8 a.m. yesterday, with fire seen coming from the home's second story. 3 adults reportedly live in the house, but only 1 woman was home at the time. She and her dog were able to get out, but the woman was hurt in the process and taken to a nearby hospital. Luckily, she is expected to be all right. As officials work to determine the cause of the fire and a damage estimate to the home, those residents are being helped by the American Red Cross. Today marks 21 years since the September 11th attacks, when hijacked planes crashed into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a field in Pennsylvania. Mourners are again gathering at the scenes of those tragedies, determined to never forget the fallen. Bradley Blackburn reports from Lower Manhattan.
Frank Siller has made it his mission to honor the memory of the victims of 9/11.
When we think about what their lives would have been if they were still here.
Siller's brother, Stephen, was among the nearly 3,000 people killed that day. The 34-year-old firefighter ran from Brooklyn to Lower Manhattan while carrying 60 pounds of equipment.
It's important that our children, our children's children, and then their children always remember what happened on September 11, 2001.
Siller's family started the Tunnel to Towers Foundation as a way to channel their grief into something positive.
Our family made a conscious decision after 9/11 that we were going to rise above it, we're going to get off our knees, and we were going to do something to honor all those who perished that day.
Today's gathering here, where the Twin Towers once stood, has been scaled down somewhat from a year ago, when a huge crowd turned out to observe the 20th anniversary of the tragedy.
I think that when it comes right down to it, America will never forget. And it's important that we have days like this.
Vice President Kamala Harris is representing the White House at the event in New York, while President Biden attends ceremonies at the Pentagon, and the First Lady attends the Flight 93 Memorial near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The death toll has only grown significantly over the years as survivors and first responders succumb to 9/11 related illnesses. Those illnesses are believed to have claimed more lives than the 2,977 killed in the initial attacks. CBS News will hold a special report on today's events. That's coming up at 7:45. The Madison Police and Fire Departments teamed up with the American Red Cross for the 11th annual Never Forget 9/11 Memorial Blood Drive. We talked to officials yesterday here on our show about what they were expecting for this year's drive and the impact it could have on the community. They say donating blood is one of the best ways you can honor those who gave their lives on 9/11.
All you have to do is roll up your sleeves, and your blood is literally saving lives. And so we think that that really honors the legacy of the first responders who responded on September 11, 2001, and it honors the sacrifice that all Americans have made since that day.
This year's event brought in a total of 136 donations. Athletes partaking in the Ironman half triathlon were spared from the rain yesterday as the full triathlon athletes warm up for what might be a less than comfortable race today. But as our Armand Rahman learned, sometimes a supportive crowd can be a boost in morale, even in the worst conditions.
For some of these athletes, there's a lot on the line, but everybody has their own story, and that's really what makes this race special.
Every triathlete has their own story and their own race traditions.
The extra battery kind of let me keep going for that 13 miles.
To get through the grueling competition.
The Energizer Bunny. Yeah, so I just always like to run in something fun and silly because you get lots of extra cheers, and so I brought some extra ears for my swimmer and cyclist, so just make sure you remember to have fun.
While the Energizer Bunny was all charged up for her leg of the relay race, Sunday's full triathlon competitors may need a little more to keep going and going in the rain.
I'll be out cheering tomorrow and hoping that the rain holds off for them because that's going to be a long day if it's wet.
Race officials say they've been keeping a close eye on the weather for tomorrow's race, but they have protocols in place in case it's a little more than just a sprinkle.
If there's severe weather or anything, we could delay it. We could cancel portions of it. If there's lightning and things, we have protocols in place. If there's damaging winds or dangerous winds, we have protocols in place for that as well.
Race director Ryan Richards also warns drivers to be ready for even busier roads.
We have police officers directing traffic at a lot of the major intersections. If we are going past them, it could take you a little longer to get through there, but they'll get you through there in between the runners or in between the bikers.
But if tomorrow's athletes are anything like today's, more spectators raining down cheers will get them through any downpour.
The crowd factor is like the X factor here.
In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Yeah, well, hopefully, it's expected to rain. You've heard Greg talking about it all morning long, but good luck to them regardless. Hopefully, they can get through these weather conditions. And race officials say main streets like John Nolan, Park, Regent, and more will still be open throughout the day today, but prepare to use extra caution while driving downtown. We do have a full list of street closures for today on channel3000.com. September is Suicide Awareness Month. It's a time to recognize, support, and bring light to mental health. And that's exactly what the Belleville community is doing this weekend during its annual Light Up the Darkness event. Kids, activities, food and drink, and live music were all a part of Saturday's event. But behind the fun and games was a deeper message, one that organizers say can be felt and understood by anyone, regardless of your current situation.
No one is alone, and it may really feel like it, but you're not, and that's what the community tonight showed everybody. It can feel like it, but you're not.
Yeah.
Just keep that hope.
The event ended with an awareness walk around the park with glow sticks. You see that there, and a moment of silence for those who have passed. All funds raised go toward the National Alliance on Mental Illness of Greene County. A community service organization hosted a jam-packed day of fun for people with special needs. The La Crosse Kiwanis Club organized a day of fun for everyone at Copeland Park, and Aquinas' student-led Impact Club helped lead events. Each student had their very own buddy for the day, and while it may not be common for high schoolers to help out this way, they say volunteering is as simple as showing up.
I think it breaks the standard, obviously, but we're just trying to make the community a better place, really.
Everything, including the food, was free for people of all ages. The Kiwanis Club has hosted the event for the last 48 years. Well, when we get back this morning, we've got more coverage of our local news here, and we are tracking those rain chances that Greg's got coming up in the forecast.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Join us at the state capitol for the 2022 Rally for Recovery on Saturday, September 10th. Celebrate and support recovery from substance use and addiction. Recovery is for everyone. Support healing, eliminate stigma, connect with others, explore hobbies to support your recovery. Enjoy free pizza and a live DJ. Free Narcan available. Plus, kids areas, giveaways, and free beverages. We hope to see you there. For more info on the 2022 Rally for Recovery, please visit the Wisconsin Voices Facebook page or wisconsinvoicesforrecovery.org.
Okay, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams. All right, open your eyes. Welcome home.
All right, we'll see you later.
Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
First, we found out that Radical Tim Michaels supports Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban.
But you wouldn't support exceptions for rape or incest?
That's correct. Now we found out his foundation funds a group working to outlaw birth control and ban abortion, even to save the life of the mother. And his family foundation funds a group that uses cell phone data to track women if they go to abortion centers. Vote no on Radical Tim Michaels.
Is this the new phone?
Yeah. With US Cellular, I got to pick any phone that I wanted for free. And I was already a customer.
Any brand? With any size?
Mm-hmm. I got exactly what I wanted. Big screen, big storage. I cannot remember the last time I had so many different options.
At US Cellular, new and current customers can get any phone from any brand free.
Are you actually texting them?
I don't know. I just thought I would just...
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Okay, so why use Toyota service centers?
Well, you wouldn't use just any carpenter, would you?
This thing working?
Oh, I'm never getting out of here.
No.
Right.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Yeah, basically, as you see, the thunderstorms coming into the area right now. We have that area of line that's coming up from the south. And as we zoom in, you can kind of see that area beginning to expand to the north as basically light to moderate rain is really going to spread over the area, pretty much area-wide from basically Iowa County eastwards where the concern is. And actually the flash flooding, not flash flooding, river flooding actually is more prominent in northern Illinois right now with some flood warnings out. Otherwise, we've got temperatures going on. You see the precipitation here over the time is going to come up, wrap around, and then come back around. So areas of west actually could then see thunderstorm showers come back into the picture this afternoon and then overnight that are actually kind of dry right now. And then we all kind of clear out by Tuesday and Wednesday. Finally, we get into some drier periods. But this is an idea of how it's going to go on with the precipitation today as it comes up from the south, tries to wrap back to the west. But that area of concern is really to the south area where you could see 3 to 5 inches of rain today. And that's why the concern is for low-lying areas, rivers and creeks that might go back. So just to keep an eye on that as we go through. So overall, Shane, that's what we're going to go for the alert day, just to keep an eye on that. Is that's for today. Moderate to heavy rain just for south central. Areas to the west are not that big. And then obviously La Crosse is fine too.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. A Janesville man is sharing artifacts he's uncovered from a Janesville brewery. The event was the first of 2 sessions called The History of Breweries in Janesville, which highlights the work done by a local historian and his group of volunteers in uncovering parts of a brewery built in 1857. They've been excavating the site since 2015 and have found items they put into 3 categories. Those are things related to buildings in that era, brewery-specific objects, or personal items of those that lived and worked in the location. For the local brewing historian behind the excavation, this presentation is just one example of the work that's now become his full-time passion.
I spend a disproportionate amount of time, money, and effort involved with this, but the rewards, being able to share with descendants of the brewers who had very little idea other than the fact that Uncle Joe used to work at a brewery, and to be able to share with them all this detailed history is extremely rewarding.
What an awesome job. Now, if you didn't have a chance to attend the presentation, you'll have another chance next Saturday, September 17th. The fall auction has come early as the La Crosse Police Department finds hundreds of unclaimed stolen bikes each year and puts them up for auction at a reduced price. Over 100 bikes were up for auction this weekend. Some were brand new, some were a little battered, but police officials say the auction helps each person who attends.
I'm glad to see a lot of people wanting to come down here and purchase bikes at a reduced cost.
If you purchased a bike at the auction, be sure to register it with the police department in La Crosse. And if your bike has recently been stolen, you might have a chance to claim it at the bike barn on October 5th. An honored tradition in La Crosse wasn't able to beat the rain yesterday. We talked about this in the show yesterday as well. Stepping Out in Pink's first year at Riverside Park was canceled due to lightning. Although walkers and staff are disappointed they couldn't fundraise for breast cancer research, the weather didn't stop them from supporting each other.
Folks are still out here walking as friends and family. They stuck around. People that were planning to walk stuck around to volunteer and help take down tents. And we took a moment as staff up here and looked out and just saw every single person coming together to help out their neighbor.
The fundraiser will not be rescheduled this year. However, you can still get your steps in and donate online. You can find more info on that at news8000.com. If you live in La Crosse, your neighborhood is about to get more sustainable. Habitat for Humanity is helping communities collaborate by launching their Renew the Block program. The goal of Renew is to make the community a great place to live, work, and play. Phase 1 of the project begins at Lincoln Middle School, and organizers say it's the perfect starting point.
Our first project that we wanted to do, we really wanted it to be a showcase project. We really wanted to show the community all the things that we could do when we come together.
The project will involve revitalizing Lincoln Middle by planting gardens of native plants and by implementing a stormwater runoff system. Renew the Block will repair the exterior of 3 homes near Lincoln as well. Still ahead this morning, the National Moment of Silence to honor those we lost on 9/11. And you're taking a live look outside. It's foggy, it's wet. Greg is tracking those rain chances in the forecast when we get back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Think crime is bad now? Mandela Barnes would make it worse. Barnes would eliminate cash bail even after the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, supports amnesty and sanctuary cities for illegals, and had worked for a radical group that wants to defund the police. Barnes has a long record of smearing police while spending your tax dollars on security for himself. Mandela Barnes, wrong on crime, dangerous for Wisconsin. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
It's Macy's Labor Day sale with our lowest prices of the season for your home, like the Jolene Sectional $12.99 and the Avondale Queen Bed $5.69. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying mattress purchase now at Macy's.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
It's nice to unwind after a long week of telling people how Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. It's a natural. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're looking at the system right now. Big picture wise, you can see it beginning to pull north too, and all the precipitation shield right there is beginning to push east. So that's why the flooding concern is, because it's not going to move, it's actually going to deepen further too. So that's what we're keeping an eye on. If you look at what kind of the big picture is going on through Monday and Tuesday, that kind of shows you it's going to wrap up around, and then we're going to have more clouds come in. But overall, it's going to be a Monday, Tuesday system, and then we should clean out too. As we kind of zoom in and give you a better shot of what's going on, here's Futurecast through 10:30, 11. Still, this area of precipitation is just continuing to push northward. Back behind it, more or less cloud cover for areas to the north, all the way up to La Crosse. Those areas actually less cloud cover to get to Minnesota too, with actually clear skies today, but that north wind. Areas to the south will begin to expand that. Once again, the area of concern that we're looking is basically south of Madison and east is where the rainfall is going to continue tonight and to tomorrow. Areas to the west will see that rain shield begin to push back to the west tonight and even approach all the way to Black River Falls and get close to La Crosse by the time we get later tonight at 7:30 p.m. And overnight it actually might get a little bit of rain. So that's what's going to go on of what we're going to see in the next few days. Overall rainfall amounts, we've seen 3 to 5 is potentially, and that's why the concern is for the flooding right now. We could see some localized river rises. We're already starting to see some reports down in northern Illinois of about 2 to 3 inches already with that. So that's the concern for the alert day right now going on, is for small rivers and creeks rises. This will be a threat that will kind of build over the next day and a half. So it's not an immediate threat, but south central areas could be the concern for today. Shane.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. CBS News is now bringing us a special report on this 21st anniversary of 9/11 and a national moment of silence. We'll be back on weekend mornings after the report.
We are briefly since the September 11th terror attacks, and to remember the victims, the families, and survivors who continue to deal with loss. On that fateful morning, nearly 3,000 souls were lost in the attacks on New York, Pennsylvania, and the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia. Those attacks upended American life, and they changed the world. This morning, family members of the victims have gathered once again at the Memorial Plaza in downtown Manhattan, where the reading of the names of those killed will start shortly. As become tradition, there will be 6 moments of silence today, acknowledging when both of the World Trade Centers were struck and fell. Let's listen in.
Right, quick, pause.
That was a moment of silence, and as you are seeing now, you are looking at the Fire Department of New York memorialize, along with Police Department of New York memorialize all of those lost in those attacks in Manhattan. The reading of the names of victims will begin shortly. Later, there will also be a moment of silence around 9:03, marking when the second plane struck the South Tower. And you will see in New York the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, who is attending along with her husband, Doug Emhoff. And Here in the Washington, D.C. area at the Pentagon, you will see a memorial service where President Biden will later lay a wreath and deliver remarks. As you know, just weeks after those attacks, the U.S.-led coalition of NATO forces invaded Afghanistan in pursuit of the terrorist leaders who planned these attacks, marking the start of what would become the longest war in U.S. history. Later today, there will also be a memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where Flight 93 went down, and there will be a memorial remembering the crew members and passengers, 40 of them, who overpowered the hijackers and ultimately helped to avert an attack on the U.S. Capitol. You will see coverage of all of the somber memorial here on CBS News, on our streaming platform, on our local news as well. And I will see you all on Face the Nation later. I'm Margaret Brennan in Washington.
Adams. We thank CBS News for bringing us that special report. And you can make weekend mornings part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions. When we're back after this, an awesome message, 80 years in the making.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash with skincare super ingredient collagen. Olay Body Wash hydrates for healthier looking skin in just 14 days. From dry and dull to firm and radiant. With Olay Body, I feel fearless in my skin.
Listen, I'm done settling because this is my secret. I put it on once, no more touch-up. Secret has pH-balancing minerals, and it helps eliminate odor instead of just masking it. So pull it in close. Secret works.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our communities safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Help us pack the truck to kick off Coats for Kids. September 12th, look for the big truck at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive. News 3 Now and the CAC will be there all day collecting kids-sized winter coats. Help kids stay warm this winter. Let's pack the truck for Coats for Kids.
Healing is never, it's messy. It's not easy.
Making mental health a priority. Charlotte DeLeste talks with an expert about why more people of all ages are seeking help and reveals some important factors in healing psychological scars. Monday at 10.
Welcome back to Weekend Mornings. As we wrap up here, we're going to recap a few top stories this morning. 19 people are out of their homes this morning after an apartment fire in Madison last night. Just after 5 p.m. Saturday, the Madison Fire Department was dispatched to a 30-unit apartment building on the east side near the I-94 interchange. Crews were able to put out the fire quickly after all residents made it out of the building. MG&E shut down the building's electricity out of an abundance of caution, meaning the residents were unable to return to their apartments for the night. No injuries were reported, but one cat died in the fire. The cause of that fire is still under investigation, and the Red Cross is helping those who were displaced. The Madison Police and Fire Departments teamed up with the American Red Cross for the 11th annual Never Forget 9/11 Memorial Blood Drive. We talked to officials yesterday ahead of the event here on our show about what they were expecting for this year's drive and the impact it could have on the community. They say donating blood is one of the best ways you can honor those who gave their lives on 9/11.
All you have to do is roll up your sleeves, and your blood is literally saving lives. And so we think that that really honors the legacy of the first responders who responded on September 11th, 2001, and it honors the sacrifice that all Americans have made since that day.
This year's event brought in a total of 136 donations. Well, things didn't go the Badgers' way yesterday, but it was a good back-and-forth battle between the 19th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers and Washington State. But in the end, again, not going in the Badgers' favor. Just before halftime, the Badgers took the lead courtesy of this Graham Mertz to Clay Cundiff connection. There you see right there, scoring the touchdown. But Washington State finds a way to beat the Badger defense here. Quick little spin move, and he was off. They also only held the defense held them to only 14 points. One of the many upsets across the country in college football yesterday, Wisconsin falling 17-14.
Everyone owns it, you know, starting with myself and each and every person in that locker room. And it can be, you know, an early season game like this, it can be an opportunity, right, to reinforce and to drive and whatever that may be, because you know, we did some things today that make it hard to win.
Hearing from head coach Paul Chryst there, but today is the first Sunday of the NFL season, and that means the Packers return to action. The Green and Gold open up their season on the road in Minnesota to take on the divisional rival Minnesota Vikings. The Pack will be without some big names to start the year, however. According to NFL Network, tackles David Bakhtiari and Elgin Jenkins and receiver Alan Lazard are all expected to not play in today's game. Those reports came in this morning. We'll see if anything changes by kickoff. Kickoff for this one at 3:25. And finally this morning, a routine check of donated goods has unexpectedly turned up a couple of wartime letters in Kentucky. We had a similar story to this yesterday. An effort is underway to try to locate any relatives of this serviceman who wrote them 80 years ago. John London has more.
The words are from 80 years ago.
I was very glad to receive your letter before I leave here. Not that I know where or when I'm going.
Lost sentences that have surfaced fresh as part of America's story. You can imagine how anxious we all are, he writes, to know what's going to happen to us. Letters home from a war, one written at sea.
You'll hear from me as soon as I am located someplace else, which I hope is soon. Yeah. Yours till I hit an ocean front, Bob.
Oh. The other mailed 4 months earlier from the Naval Training Center at Great Lakes, Illinois. This distinctive box was among the donations at the Goodwill store in Bellevue over the Labor Day weekend. Inside were 2 letters addressed to Miss Elizabeth W. Smith at a P.O. box in Bristol, Pennsylvania, written by Navy seaman Robert Ballantyne, gunner's mate 3rd class aboard the USS LST-385. Sue Burrison happened by as Michael Flannery was relating to us what he has found out so far.
And the ship was part of D-Day.
The folks at Goodwill Industries do not know how the letters to a suburb of Philly ended up in northern Kentucky, but they're trying to find out.
And something like this, the family would want. You know, you'd want the grandson to be able to hold his grandfather's letter and read his words.
Hope you'll excuse the delay in answering your letters. Glad to hear you had such a nice Christmas.
I have a swell beard. You ought to see it. Till next time, Love, R.A. Ballantyne.
The words.
What a great story there. All right, before we go this morning, Greg, one more check on that alert day.
Yeah, alert day is really for south central, basically Ida County, eastward for moderate to heavy rain through tomorrow. That'll be creek flooding. Could be it's not an immediate threat, and then right there's your radar. Can see where that shield of rain is coming, and that's going to continue all day and all night.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us this morning on Weekend Mornings. Stay inside and enjoy some football. We'll see you next week.